Hi everyone, welcome back to 5 Minute Algo. As we planned, we discuss our algorithm in 5 minutes, and today we discuss is palindromic substring. First we have to understand what is the palindromic substring. A string where the first element is equal to the last element. First element and last element is equal. Second element and second last and third last element is equal, the which is called palindromic substring. Like when we conclude that what is like when we take there is a string like ABC, okay, A, B, and C. Yeah. So to be a palindromic substring, but the first element should be equal to the last element, and this string is called palindromic substring. So today we discuss about the famous problem like what I give you example of palindromic substring like A and B, okay, and then B and A. It could be it is an example of palindromic substring like first element is equal to the last element and the second character is equal to the second last character. So the string which follow this type of uh, sequence is called palindromic substring. So what is the problem statement? So we can understand it and conclude it by a problem state by a famous problem, longest palindromic substring. It's a good problem for uh, everyone who is trying to do a good in data structure and algorithm. So it's a famous problem, and you can easily understand it by this video only. So what is the description for today? So I try to conclude it. You have a provided a string, and for that particular string you have to just we are uh, we are provided a string. You have given and provided a string s, and you have to check it if every substring of that string uh, that particular string, if which is palindrome, then you have to find the length of the string which is palindrome, and their length is maximum. So what is the problem statement? So I show you the problem statement. The problem statement is write a program that return the length of the longest palindromic substring of that string. Okay, longest palindromic substring. Okay, so a simple input. This is the input. I take a random input. This is the input. The we have to check how many substring. First, we have to break it down in the two simple problem. First, we have to find the all substring of this string and check that if that string is palindrome, then you have to find the string which length is maximum. Okay, so without wasting the time, I just jump into my ID. Yeah, yeah. For the ID, I'm using IntelliJ. I think everyone who is Java people they can easily understand what is IntelliJ and how it's work. Yeah. So I clear all the drawing. Okay. So here is here you can see that I just take a string, okay, and I solve it by iterating method. I iterate. I just take a two for loop, okay, and I take a bag. I just take a bag, and every time I try to collect a substring of that string. For one rotation, I get here a bag. In bag, I get a substring. Every time I just get a substring by iterating. Every time I just push a one element. The second time I iterate and push the second element. Third time I iterate, push the second element. And here I check if I just defined a check palindrome function. What here I do? I just check palindrome. How it's work? I take a left variable and a right variable, and whatever the string come out, I just put a two pointer. I applied the two pointer method, and the left variable and right pointer, I just check if it is equal. Then I check for the next left and the next right. If it is still equal and it's cross each other, then the string should be definitely a palindrome. And if it is not, then it's check anytime the left pointer and right pointer is not equal, then it will return. So basically, this is a function. I define this function is return type as boolean and just take a string as input and give a output a boolean. If a string is palindrome, then it's return true. If it's not, then it's return. So I take a static function here. Okay, and just to iteration, I just find a substring here. I Here I check if if check palindrome, I pass that substring with the check palindrome function, and every time I get a return value. If it is true, then it's enter inside. So our task is not just to find how many or which string is palindrome and uh, we have to count it. Not we have to find the substring which is palindrome and their length is maximum. So whenever we have to find the length, which length is maximum, we just take an integer value is the minimum value. Okay, the minimum value, the integer dot max, it's a minimum value. Every time we find the length which is greater than integer dot minimum value, actually this value is very less. So anything which is come greater than the integer dot mean value, I just update it. So by updating it, we find the maximum value which of the string, their substring have a maximum length. Yeah. Thank you, and I hope that you understand the concept of substring and and the long. It's a very important review question as well. Thank you.